So I've been thinking about this for the last 5 or 6 days, and I think, to be honest, it's a really interesting time in the hobby. Raw cards, and I'm talking about Japanese cards. I can't speak to English cards, but raw cards are worth more than PSA nines. You know, let's take it at face value that raw cards are looking good with no damage. They're worth more than PSA nines. Now think about that really, really carefully. You send a card to PSA. They opened in Japan recently, I believe in August of last year. But a lot of people still don't know that. Their cards are still out in the US. It takes 4 to 6 months to get your cards back on, the bulk rate, the standard rate. Anything under like 200 US dollars, whatever it is, you still don't see it for 6 months. You have to take care of your cards, sleeve your cards, fill the documents out online, send it, wait, get them back, and then if it's modern and it gets a 9, it's worth less than the raw card. That is a little bit crazy. I don't know, but I think there's an opportunity there. I really do. Because there are certain modern cards right now that in 3 or 4 or 6 years' time going to be 5 times what they are right now. Not many, but there will be. But the average situation right now is that PSA 9s are worth less than raw, good looking cards. No one can guarantee a raw card going to be a 7, an 8, or a 10, or a 9. No one can guarantee it. But raw, good looking, quality cards are worth more than PSA 9s right now. We're in a dip right now, and I still, I say this and everybody jumps on me and beats me up over it, but the 30th anniversary of Pokemon, we're going to see a rise. I can guarantee it from my personal opinion, no financial advice. But that being said, PSA 9s are looking very, very tasty right now. I'm seriously thinking about jumping in on PSA 9s on certain cards. Modern. Oh, obviously, as soon as you enter vintage and you get PSA 9, we're talking a completely different ballgame. That's a different assessment of the market. It's very difficult to get a PSA 10 in vintage. PSA 9 in vintage is, that's a different ballgame. Anything 2011 onwards, right, in a PSA 9 is pretty fair game right now, I think. Anything PSA 9 2018 onwards, for sure. Promo cards pretty strong right now in Japanese, so maybe not those, but other cards, I think there's a good opportunity right there. And there are some promo cards where you saw where they went to and where they've come down to, and especially on the PSA 9. Now, if you can trust that was before the printers came online,